Hey, Nay. What's up, YouTube? I'm supposed to go live somewhere else. I forgot where. I think Facebook. Alrighty. So, how y'all doing tonight? I have randomly decided to go live because I want to do a little workshop, get it out the way. So I don't expect too many people to be up in here because it's a Tuesday night. I know people got to get up and get ready for work, so I'm just a night owl, so I'm up. So what's up to Instagram land and YouTube land? My name is Unique Divination, and I am here with a course on, what's up, Whitney? With a course on business tools that I use that have made me some money. So I just kind of wanted to share this information. So, where am I going to start at? Let me get my resources. So these tools can pretty much apply to any business. It doesn't matter if you're a small business. That's who specifically I'm talking to. But sometimes established businesses don't utilize some of these tools too. So if you happen to be watching this, if you're a small business or if you're an established business, these tools and resources are good for any business for that matter, right? So some of these tools I've used when I first came out, when I first got my business going, and then some of them I've recently applied to my business. So I'll pretty much let you know which ones I've had for a while or which ones I just got as I go through my little list here. So the first tool that I think is extremely important to have. I didn't realize how important it was when I acquired all of my contacts, but you need a mailing list, right? You need to have a mailing list because that is how you communicate with people who like your stuff, right? And then, sometimes Instagram and Facebook be going down, so when your social media platforms are no longer around, how will you be able to communicate with people, that want to buy stuff from you? So, hey, to people that just came in, Instagram land and YouTube, my name is Unique Divination, and I'm giving a little course here for small business owners or for any business for that matter, but that's specifically who I wanted to talk to. And I just wanted to share some tools that I use, right, to make some money. So I just got started and I was talking about having a mailing list. Like that is the most important thing that you can do, right? And so, like I said, when you have a mailing list, when you have content information for the people that, want to buy stuff from you, who like your products, your energy, that is a perfect way to communicate with them. You can communicate with them in a more personal, aspect through your mailing list, right? More so than you can on social media, So when I first started, I was doing a free weekly reading. And so people were interested in that. That was my lead magnet. I was doing things, um, pertaining to business and really didn't know per se what I was doing, but I was implementing these things. So my lead magnet was, I was doing a free weekly reading if you subscribe to my mailing list, which was perfect because, who doesn't enjoy a free reading, and it's coming weekly? So I did that for a while, and I acquired about 100 or more contacts, right? Um, but then after a while, I got tired of doing the mailing list. I mean, the free weekly readings, right? So um, about half of my contacts really stopped interacting with me because I really wasn't doing what they had signed up for, right? And so I ended up getting rid of half of my contacts, which if I knew what I knew now, there was a way that I could get them to interact and all of that. But, I didn't realize how important, it was to have a mailing list and then communicate with these people and then keep them engaged, right? So pretty much just to sum it up, a mailing list, you need it. It's very important. When you get a mailing list, make sure you're interacting with people at least once a week in your mailing list. Make sure um, you can get very detailed in your mailing list. You can segment it off. You can create different audiences. You can tag people. It gets very complex. Most of these things that I'm talking about are going to be on a general level, but best believe there's different levels, and I'm not gonna sit here like I know all the levels to it. I can only help you to where I've gotten so far, which I think I've gotten pretty far, right? So hey to everyone that's just coming in. My name is Unique Divination, and I am here just giving out, doing a course and just giving out some tips and tools that I've used to make money, right, online. And so I want to share this information with everybody because I just like to give information. So I was talking about the mailing list, which is very important. You're gathering information for people that want to buy stuff from you, who like your energy. You're connecting with them on a weekly basis. You're engaging with them, and you can connect with them on a more personal level than you could through social media. The next thing that you're going to need to make some coins is a website. Now, you don't necessarily need a website, but your website will help you generate passive income, which is basically money without you not doing anything, any type of hard labor to get it, right? If you set up a website and you have buttons and you have a shop, um, people can purchase things, uh, and all you got to do is wake up, see what it is that they purchased, and fulfill the order and all the other stuff. But pretty much, it's made the sale conversion for you. You didn't have to communicate with anybody for that sale conversion to take place. So, to those of you that don't want a website, I would just think about it, right? It's just something that's going to help automate your business pretty much, right? So, the key to everything at this point, especially if you're a small business owner, you're doing everything by yourself, is to make things as simple and as easy as possible for you and for the people who want to buy things from your store, right? Um, and so the only website that I know, because that's what I stumbled upon and I just went with it, is Wix. I've been dealing with Wix for 3 years now, and I absolutely love their website. I've customized 5 different websites, and this is without having any knowledge of any type of web design. I've taught myself. So for those people that feel like, how am I going to do it? I don't have, besides actually getting into it and on the job training, so to speak, right? I don't have any type of educational background or experience with web design. I took a couple courses in business for my bachelor's and my master's class, but my degrees are not in business management. I have business, courses, but I don't have any experience or any background. So if I can do it, you can do it, right? And I have a lot of blocks and challenges that I've struggled through, but guess what? I made it through. So, you know, you can definitely do it. So, hey, for everybody that's just coming in, my name is Unique Divination, and I'm just sharing some tools and tips that I've used to make me, that's helped me make some money. So, if you're a small business owner, you're just interested on trying to figure out how to make money online, I'm just giving some tips that I've used in the past 3 years to kind of help me generate some extra coins, right? And it actually turned into a small business. So, um, so I went over having a mailing list. I don't think I specifically talked about MailChimp, but that's what I use for a mailing list, as well as Wix has a subscription, has a mailing list as well. So Wix has a lot of stuff built into it. It has schedule. It has a lot of apps. You can schedule things. You can, um, booking. It has its own forum. You can build your whole community on Wix, right? I have a lot of communities built. Some of them more active than others, but you always want to have a community built around what you do, right? And so having a community built around you just helps with, providing people with things that they like about you, your products, your energy. So Wix provides a forum, it provides a mailing list, it provides automated emails. Emails are very important. Like I said, hey, everybody that's just coming in. My name is Unique Divination, and I'm just giving out some tools and tips of how to make money on social media if you're interested. If you're a small business owner or entrepreneur or just trying to get started, this is definitely for you. For established businesses, you may or may not be utilizing some of this stuff. This could just be a refresher, or if you just want to hang out with me, it's all good. So, um, yeah, so keeping up with your contacts and just connecting with people is the most important thing when you are trying to generate income and trying to, sell stuff online. So, like I said, Wix is a really good website. I don't know of any other website. That's the only website I've ever interacted with. And like I said, I've built 5 different websites at this point. I didn't have any knowledge, like I said. So, if you think you have to be skilled and then experienced to build a website, you need to get um, that train of thought out of your head, right? Like I said, I have no prior knowledge, and I've created my own website. If you click the link in the bio and go to shop now, you can see, and it's not, a $10,000 built website, but I think it looks fairly nice, you know what I mean, for somebody who doesn't have that type of experience. So you play around with it. I think Wix is also building some type of university. Um, and so they're giving training, right, on how to create. And so they have 2 ways to create website. They have like an automated type thing, like if you just click on certain a template and it'll just lay everything out, or you can kind of build it from the ground up. You know what I mean? So I recommend just practicing. If you want to, you can create more than one website and then I don't know if you can have multiple ones active because I've never had them, but you can have different websites, so create 2, one that is automated and one that you're building from the ground up, and just play with them. You don't have to publish anything. Nobody sees anything until you publish it, right? So just kind of play around with that and see what happens. Look at other people's websites, people that you like, things that you like. Look at people's websites, see how they got them set up, and then play around and start implementing things. Like font is important. I've played around with my font. Background, I kind of like to keep things simple. I'm not a colorful in certain aspects, but just like a plain white background. But just practice. You can't know what you're capable of until you do it. So like I said, I don't have any knowledge, right? I didn't have any knowledge before I started doing this, right? And I gained all this, while struggling and failing. Hey, YouTube land, what's up? How you doing? I'm actually just talking about tools and tips right now to help you make some money online. So sometimes people get mixed up on anything. I'm doing free reading. So if you text Mystic to 31996, you'll get notifications and know when I'm going live and what specifically it is, right? And that's Mystic, MYSTIK to 31996, right? And the notification will let you know, what I'm going live for. So this is kind of like a free workshop or course to just help people understand how they can make some money online. I talked about a mailing list. I talked about a website, in particular, um, Wix, because it's really good. Like I said, I recommend that you take a look at it. I know a lot of people use GoDaddy. They say that's pretty simple and easy too. I know my husband has GoDaddy. Like I said, I'm not familiar. And there's a few other websites. I don't know them because, like I said, I've just known Wix. But just Google what's out there and research and see what fits you, right? And so the next tool that I utilize, and I just started implementing this tool about 2 months ago. What's up, Kaya? How you doing, sweetheart? Um, I just started utilizing this tool around 2 months ago, and it's called Deadline Funnel. All right, and so I don't recommend if you're just starting out. I don't recommend utilizing this tool at first. I do recommend that you have it on your radar, right? For when you're starting to generate some type of, income on a monthly basis, because it's only a 2 week trial. And then after that, I think it's like $37 a month. And that may not seem like a lot, but that's a lot when you're just starting out, right? Like when I started out, I didn't have any money like, I built everything literally from the ground up. So, I'm only able now to start utilizing and acquiring certain tools. And so I just want to share this with you guys so that at least you guys will have the knowledge of it, right? To come back to it at some point later on. So yeah, so Deadline Funnel, and what it does, and I didn't even realize it. You know how you see like Instagram ads or Facebook ads, and all these business builder people are like, yeah, you know, I have this free workshop, or I have this free seminar, webinar, and if you sign up, you'll get it, or you'll see it. Like I wrote this book with all the tools and the tips that you need. The first 100 people that get it at this certain amount, or it'll say like you have 3 days to get it. Or if you've seen my emails, you see that I've had a type of deadline, right? And so they're using what's called like a deadline funnel, and basically it creates urgency um, for the consumer, right? It's like a psychological type thing, but it creates a sense of urgency, for whatever you're offering, whether it be a discount or upsell or whatever. And so it makes people want to buy it, right? I've been utilizing it, and my income that I've generated um, just off of that deadline funnel tool is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Like literally, like in a week, I generated about $4,000, and not even a week, like 5 days, off of the deadline funnel, no cap, like actual sale conversions off of the deadline funnel tool. So um, that tool is very useful if you know how to use it. You use it with a tripwire as well, and that's pretty much if when you send somebody to pay for something, on the confirmation page, you can kind of offer them something else. So hey to everybody coming in and out of Instagram land and YouTube, my name is Unique Divination, and I'm just here giving some tips and tools on things that I've used since I started my business to help get me some money. And I just wanted to share the information. And so I've gone through a couple things. I've gone through a mailing list, specifically MailChimp. I've gone through websites, specifically Wix. Um, Now I'm talking about Deadline Funnel, which is a tool that creates a sense of urgency. And this tool literally works. Like I said, it's a 2 week trial, and I don't recommend you use it if you're just starting out, but do have it on your radar for when you get a little bit more established and you have some type of monthly income, so you know that you'll be able to pay it. It's $37 a month. That may not sound like a lot, but when you're just starting out and you don't have anything, sometimes that $37 could be for something else, inventory. I don't know, so I don't really want you to knock, me stressing that, hey, if you don't have it, don't get it right now. But It is a 2-week trial, and I'm saying that to let you know, like, if you do sign up for it, make sure that you're ready to use it and you know how to use it. I recommend just going to watch videos about it. Deadline Funnel. It's a very resourceful tool. Like I said, I made $5,000 in 5 days just using that tool. So you utilize that tool with your website or with your mailing list, right? Very, 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 very useful tool. The next one is Gumroad. And Gumroad, you can upload your digital products, um, physical products. I mainly use it for digital products like videos, documents, PDFs. Very easy tool. Can upload things. I know that like on my website, I can't upload certain stuff, so I have it on Gumroad, right? And if you learn how to like build a website, you can add buttons from other platforms onto your website. So, you know, um, I have it on my landing page. If you go there, you're able to click on the stuff. So integration is going to be your friend too. Just like integrating a lot of your platforms and resources, but that's a whole nother workshop, or integration. Like I'm tired of integrating stuff, but um it makes it easier for you to manage things, right? But it's a lot of work. And for those of you, having a business, I just need to stress that, is hard work. It's not easy. So, you know, I don't know other people that y'all listen to, but I hope you're not listening to anybody that's making you seem like anything, that they're talking about is just so simple. It's not. It's hard. It's hard, but how bad do you want it? And then after a while, when things become a habit, it does become easier, right? And if you have organization and time management, things, but you're gonna be wearing a bunch of different hats. If you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, like I had no idea what I was getting into, and because I'm the type of person that I am, I just keep every time I fall, I get back up because I really want to learn about it, right? Um, so hey, for everybody that's coming in and out on Instagram land and YouTube, my name is Unique Divination, and I'm just giving out some business tips and resources to help you make some money. These resources and tools have helped me make money in the last 3 years, and so I just wanted to share and talk about them, y'all. Um, and so we can implement these tools, or if it's a refresher, or if any of you guys use any of these tools, free feel free to chime in or comment or whatever. So I talked about a mailing list so far. I talked about Wix website and other websites, but just having one in general. I talked about Deadline Funnel, and that's maybe a tool that you want to use when you get a little bit more established, when you're generating some type of monthly income. Um, if you have at least $100 steady coming, I would say, um, I would definitely say to invest in Deadline Funnel. It's $37 a month, right? And also with MailChimp, it's free for the first 500 contacts. You don't even have to spend any money. And I think like the first tier is like $13, right? And so MailChimp is free. Um, Wix, its mailing site, its mailing is free. I think their campaigns, they give you a limited amount to use, like a certain amount that you can send out each month. But again, if you have MailChimp and you integrate MailChimp into your website, you don't even have to utilize what in the world? My daughter sent me something weird. What is this? Oh, she made herself old. You know what? Um, yeah, you don't even have to utilize your website mailing list if you integrate, right? Um, Talked about Gumroad, how you could do your digital products on there. Very easy and simple to load up. Um, they also have a payout system, so um, So Gumroad and Deadline Funnel, for that matter, depending on what you integrate, if you use PayPal buttons, these all help provide like different streams of income, which is also good, to have different streams of income, right? That way you'll have money coming from different sources, right? Um, and so Gumroad, and then so Instagram in general, and especially now with all the updates that's going on Instagram. So Instagram was like and it still is my main source of income, right? Like at least 90% of my income comes from Instagram, right? Instagram is a very good social media app to make money from, right? Millennials, I'm considered a millennial, even though I was born in '82. I'm like a year in, but we like to shop conveniently, and social media is a part of millennials' lives, and then the generation after, right? And so everything's about convenience, and just pretty much every social media is involved in everything. You can access it from everywhere, right? But Instagram, for some reason, is the main tool um, that helps me generate money, right? So you can make money, you can network in your DMs, you can network, in the comment section, you can build a community there. You can market with different hashtags. Um, if you join in on certain, sub communities like, Women Crush Wednesday and stuff like that. So if you get involved in the community aspect with Instagram, that'll definitely help with gaining traffic to your profile, and help you generate, income. And then, if people want to know what you do, if you hit them up in the DMs, I just put out a little, video earlier about, how I made the mistake of not wanting to get DMs anymore, looking at other people that were in the spiritual community and that, had a whole lot of followers, 160,000 followers, 50,000 followers, and just looking at, what they're doing and reading their bio and it says no DM. And so I did it, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just starting out. I'm just trying to do any and everything, to help gain traffic, so I can sell stuff, right? And so I noticed immediately when I started rejecting and trying to defer people that wanted to have conversations in my DMs, I kept referring them to, emails and my website. And it was just like, why, and I lost a lot of traffic because of that, not realizing and that's when after that situation and after realizing what happened, you can't do everything that, whatever somebody else is doing may not work for you and your business, right? So it doesn't hurt to try certain things, but if you have a good thing going, if you have something that's generating income and you just want to switch it up because you want to just do something new, or you see somebody else that has more followers than you doing something different, like don't do it, right? um and so I would say welcome the DMs. If people have questions about what you do, and you don't want to specifically let them know, like, hey, I'll create a workshop, or you can put together a PDF or a resource, or maybe even a product based off of the requests and the conversations that's going on in your DM. So, you know, um, you can always have constructive communication, and you can tell people how to communicate if you want to limit certain things, or, I don't know, but I definitely would not recommend, if you've got traffic coming, like if you're making money, um, and your DMs and your messengers, to not stop that, right? And if you're not, then maybe that's something that you want to look into, right? The next tools that I use so far, we've gone over MailChimp, having a website, specifically Gumroad. MailChimp is the mailing list. Deadline funnel, which is a tool that you use with your mailing list and your website. We went over Instagram, also Facebook. Now, Facebook is a little bit different from Instagram, whereas though it's more kind of family oriented and like older people, So I've sold things on Facebook. Um, I have a community on Facebook. I have a Facebook group, and I have two Facebook pages, Urban Mystic TV and Unique Divination. But I like the vibe on Instagram, but you definitely need to know how to work Facebook because Facebook owns Instagram. And so when you learn how to run ads on Facebook, the ads run on Instagram as well, right? So for those of you that don't really like to do business on Facebook or even be on Facebook for that matter, you know, hey, for those that just coming in the room, my name is Unique Divination, and I'm just giving out some tools and tips on how I've made some money these last 3 years, and I just wanted to share the information, right? And so right now I'm talking about social media platforms, specifically Facebook and Instagram. Like I said, Facebook is a really good tool. And when it comes down to advertising, when you run ads on Facebook, it runs on Instagram as well. So you're getting two platforms for the price of one, right? It runs it in your Instagram stories and your feed and your Facebook Messenger and your Facebook, like everywhere, right? So if you are not utilizing Facebook, I recommend that you use it. Set up a Facebook page. Not only you can also now they've updated everything so much. You can answer your Instagram messages on Facebook. I can run my Facebook Messenger, my Facebook pages, my Instagram DMs all from Facebook. Right? I can set up automatic replies, which are very important also. Um, So don't count Facebook out. If you don't like it, guess what? I really don't either, but it's definitely going to be your friend when it comes to generating any type of money if you're a small business or entrepreneur, right? So the next thing I'm going to get into is PayPal. PayPal is your friend, right? Because not only you can use PayPal anywhere, you can use it on your website. Do you find certain type of stores do not perform well on Facebook? I really don't know. I would imagine from what I've seen that you probably could make more money from Instagram than you would Facebook, but there's definitely money being made on Facebook, right? Like I said, it just depends on who's on there. I have a store. Honestly, people buy from the links. Um, I get more transactions on Instagram than I do actually on my Facebook pages, right? Like the Messenger, I get money on there, but for some reason, I just get more money on Instagram. So um, I think fashion stores perform better. Yeah. And beauty products. Yeah, I would think so. Like I said, I would definitely think so. But people still, like, there's no question that people still get money on Facebook, right? So, um, yeah. So thanks for that question. Thanks for the question. So PayPal. PayPal can be used on your website. It can be used in your emails. It can be used in links and DMs and messengers, your PayPal button. You can utilize PayPal with everything, right? It creates invoices for you. It has a PayPal me. It can create subscriptions, catalogs, if you want to do 2-week free trials instead of just saying to somebody like, yeah, okay, I'm going to offer you this service and I have a free trial. Like you can have somebody click on a PayPal button and it'll say 2-week trial. And then once the 2-week trial is over, you can, they'll have the information. So you can do a lot with PayPal. You don't even have to have a website, honestly. Um, Website is just good for making passive income, but um, you know, you can you can make a lot of money with PayPal. Oh, excuse me. I'm tired. I came from work earlier and just came right in doing this stuff here. So invoicing. If you don't know what invoicing is, it is your friend, right? Hey, how you doing? Um, so invoicing, and it's basically how would I word invoicing? It's like a big receipt, and you can write out the products, you can write out whatever service you're providing, you can include shipping, it has your business information, it has the email of the person um, that you're creating the invoice for, and it allows them, if they don't have PayPal, to pay with their debit card or a credit card, right? You send the invoice off, they pay it, you get a receipt, they have a receipt, right? Um, and then, like I said, a PayPal me button. You can create subscriptions, which is basically billing someone for a service monthly, yearly, quarterly. So you can set that up. And like I said, you don't need a website for that. You can do it straight with just a button, and you can put the link in your emails on a landing page. Um, and if you had a website, your website, right? Another tool to make money is Patreon account, right? And so not only can you have people subscribe to you on certain levels, you can have them just donate. You can also have people donate through PayPal, right? If you do donation based things when you go live, like tarot readers who are donation based, sometimes when they go, you can have people pay for their donations through PayPal, right? Or through Patreon. You can do a whole lot of things with Patreon. You can integrate your YouTube channels with Patreon. Um, and so um, that is definitely another good way to make some money, right? And that's a way to know how much money you've got coming, right? Because it calculates everything for you, and then it just dumps the money into your bank account. So that's definitely another way to generate some passive income. Patreon, right? Subscriptions are really good. If you provide a service like tarot reading or products, right? Offer your clients that you can send them things on a monthly basis if they subscribe, and maybe give them a discount, to the products, maybe a 10 or 15% discount off um, to get them to kind of, subscribe to that. So subscriptions are your friend, right? And that way, there's some type of guarantee for some generated income, right? And hey, so coming to the end, this is what been about 40 minutes. And so the last thing I'm going to talk about is YouTube, right? And YouTube, once again, you can do all types of things, right? And number one, when you make a video and your description, you can put all of your links and everything that you want to put right there in the description thing for on YouTube. So, free advertising for each video that you make. It's always there, the video that you make, unless you make it unlisted or private, it doesn't go anywhere. So it does like free everything for you. Especially, on the topics that you're talking about, if you're telling people how to, get to your product or, certain information, it's always there. It's forever, on the internet. It's also a digital print, um, because you need digital content, and you need a lot of it if you want people to have things to consume of you, right? So that's another way to have digital content, So make videos, and if you don't know what you're doing, if you just do random things until you get a groove of what you're doing and what you feel comfortable with, as far as creating videos, right? So you're gonna go through a trial and error period, and that's okay. But you can do donation based readings on YouTube. When you get to 1,000 followers, which I am not, I'm like at 700 some followers. Um, when you get to 1,000, I think you can do like super chat, right? And you get to donate. So if you don't have that, which a lot of us don't, and the way the algorithms and everything's going, these platforms are making it harder for you to get to um, certain goals. Like they really want you to put out information. And somebody like me, who has a full-time job, has kids, is going to school, and also has a has a business going on. I can't put out videos the way I would like to, right? So I have like 300 something videos now, but it took me a long time to get that amount of videos, right? But that's a good amount um, of videos to kind of have like digital content, right? So if you're looking to, kind of figure out like how many videos do I need to put out, I would say a solid, I'm not going to lie, and it may seem like a large number, but you'll understand when you get there. I would say 250 videos. If you have 250 videos online, I think that's a good enough content, because think about it, right? Um, the people that you like to watch online, right? The celebrities, musicians, artists, anything that you're into, what do? I know I go back to the very beginning and I start looking through their content. What did they look like before their glow up? How do they look now? I want to see the transition. I want to go back to the very beginning. That's just something that we do. So why do you think nobody's going to want to do that with your content, right? And so 250 to me is a very solid number to provide people with some type of content to give. And then as far as creating content, don't erase like the crappy stuff, right? I used to be like so embarrassed by like my first videos because they were shitty. I mean, everybody's first videos are gonna be shitty. Like you just gotta understand it now. Unless you have like I don't know, but it's gonna be like, oh my god, you're gonna look back at your first videos and be like, don't. But people like to look at stuff like that. They like to look at how you started and where you're going, and the final product, or just seeing you grow. Um, I get it a lot myself. Like, I remember, when you first came out. So people like to see that glow up, so to speak. So don't get rid. I mean, if they're very extremely horrible, go ahead and get rid of a few, but don't get rid of like all of your stuff. Like I wiped out my Instagram page twice. Like just doing stupid stuff. Just leave it. Archive some things so you can bring it back, but don't ever get rid of content. Content makes money in this day and age. Content makes money, right? So not only can you can ask for donations, and then in YouTube you can link your websites and all whatever links you have. You can put them on your about section or whatever on YouTube, and people can click on your links from there. So these are all ways where I talk about integration, and just you can have everything just connected and be very accessible to the people that follow you and consume your products, right? Um, Cash App, and Cash App can go on YouTube. Venmo can go on YouTube. These are things that are apps that you can use for business, right? Google Pay, Apple Pay. People are using these things, right? When I first started, I was just using PayPal, and I constantly had people telling me about Cash App, and I just was like, being old fashioned, like I just absolutely did not want to use it. But then it went from just one customer mentioning Cash App to two to like five. And I'm like, all right now. So I think this is a thing here. So that's when I started implementing Cash App. So don't be one of those people that just for some reason just don't want to utilize tools because you're just being stubborn. Like if it makes it easier for your consumers to pay for things, utilize it, right? It's all about you, your business should be about customer quality service to begin with. You know what I mean? So with quality customer service comes providing um, an easy going experience for your consumers, right? Um, so I would say utilize and learn tools that's going to help and ease their transition, ease the cell conversion and stuff like that. So make it more convenient, right? Um, so what else can you do with YouTube? Um, So for Patreon members, my Patreon members that get video readings, right? I create their readings, I load them up to YouTube, and they get an unlisted link that nobody else sees but them. So not only am I getting my views for YouTube, I'm providing links and I can put my videos there, right? And then I can have, if they're no longer a Patreon member, I can just make the link private and they don't get access to those videos anymore. So you can definitely do a lot. And so with your mailing list, or if you provide workshops like this one, blank, 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 um, you can make it unlisted and then use it in your mailing list or somewhere else where it's not accessible anymore. And maybe if somebody wants to see it, you can make them pay for it, right? Um, reviews. Reviews are a good way to get money. Everybody loves reading about how products and tools and in this day and age, millennials and the generation after, we just care a little bit more about what goes in our body, what we're spending our money on. And I know that when I go to Amazon to buy stuff, I'm reading reviews, I'm going through reviews. I want to see what other people have to say with their experience about the product, right, that I'm getting ready to buy, or the company that I'm getting ready to get something from. Um, so reviews are very important. Now, keep in mind that there are people that lie about reviews, they fake them, they get their friends or people to write reviews about things and they never even use the product. So that's up to you to determine if you think the review is false or not. But for the most part, reviews help. They help people gauge whether it's that company's worth doing business with, right? Um, I booked my first Airbnb for my graduation in North Carolina, and I was reading the reviews. Airbnb is people renting out their homes. Sometimes they still live there, or sometimes it'll be like summer homes, or if they have an extra home, and they sometimes people will host and provide breakfast for you. So I didn't know anything about it, but going to somebody else's home, I wanted to read the reviews to see how the stay was going to be. And based off of the reviews, and I looked around the neighborhood, I found a great house, to rent for 2 days. So I'm excited. I could bring my dog there and everything, right? But I would have never got that if I did not read reviews. So, ask people for reviews for your products. Don't be scared to ask somebody to help others gauge how they like the business. When I do free readings or when I do any type of readings, I say, hey, when people tell me how much they enjoyed it, I said, can you do me a favor? I have a Google page. Hey, love, how are you? How you doing? Um, just giving out some tools and resources to help people make some money. Just talking about all the tools that I've used to help me make money, right? So I tell them to go to my Google page. I'm Google verified, so people know that my business is authentic. And I ask them to write a review from me, and it helps people gauge if they want to, buy anything from me, right? Do they like my energy, right? So reviews are very important. But make sure you're getting honest reviews and make sure that you're not making up reviews, right? Or just having people write stuff for you that never use your product. If family and friends are using your product and they like it, let them write reviews, but just make sure they're honest and genuine and they've really used the product. Lastly is just word of mouth. Word of mouth, ask people to tell about you, talk about you. If you do a YouTube channel, you create videos, ask people to share, like, and subscribe. Whenever I do free readings, I ask people to share, like, and subscribe. Don't be selfish. Share, like, and subscribe. So word of mouth, and people love frequenting new businesses. Um, Word of mouth is really going to gain traffic to your page. So those tools, I have so many more, but I just want to keep it simple for right now, just to the main ones that will get you income. No doubt if you know how to utilize them, right? So, um, if you need help with any of these things, if you're a small business, if you're an entrepreneur who's getting started, who wants to get started, and really don't know which way to go, I'm offering a free 2 week trial. It's actually $75 a month, but the first 2 weeks are free. And you can opt out at any time before the 2 weeks is up, after, it doesn't matter. Um, but I can help you. I can help you build from the ground up because that's basically what I did, right? I built from the ground up and I'm still here. Um, and my business continues to grow and I continue to get more clients and my customers and my clients are happy. I'm attracting the people that want to buy things from me and not just people who want to like my social media platforms, like my posts and stuff like that. Like I'm actually attracting people who want to buy products from me. So I've gone through some ups and downs. I've had failures. I've had a lot of wins also. And so I wanted to share these things with you guys because I think it's necessary for us to have people who've experienced these things talk about it and give back, especially to people of color, to melanated people, because we don't have this education. We don't have this education. And unfortunately, a lot of people, when they do get on, they don't look back, right? And so at some point, um, we have to stop blaming society, and we have to help do our part in any way that we can. And so this is my way of giving back. I haven't done much, but I think I've done enough, right? In my business. So my first year, I made $11,000, and that was without any knowledge or understanding of what the hell I was doing. I'm 3 years in. I've been doing this part time. This is not even a full time thing for me. This was just me building because I was working and I needed some extra income. I just wasn't making enough. And so I created this just because I knew that I needed extra income. And you guys have to understand out there that you just can't rely on um, your matrix job, your muggle job. You can't rely on that. You can't rely on allowing society to say if they want to hire you or fire you, right? Pretty much what makes you happy. Sell what makes you happy. Sell your interests and your hobbies, and I'm guarantee you'll make money. I love reading tarot. I love creating products. I love making things. And the products that I use them in my everyday life. My toothpaste, my deodorant, my body butters. These are things that I benefit from, and I decided to share them. So, whatever you love creating, you can sell it, right? Um, and like I said, melanated people, we need to have this knowledge, and it's not easy. Nobody helped me. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody. Very few people helped me. I had to, I had to scrap and scrape and pay for a lot of the information that I'm giving to you guys, and I'm offering it right now for free. It's gonna be a little tax on it a little bit later, but nonetheless, no, it's gonna, so it's important to get this information out there, right? And just to get that fear and that illusion that you have to have all this money to start something. I literally didn't have any money. I had social media platforms and my money attraction oil, which is a very good product, by the way. um but I had nothing. I had nothing when I started, and I've gained so much, right? I've built a community. And like I said, I'm just a little old introverted, anxiety, outspoken person, but not somebody that's going to be out there vibing with the world. Like I've been out here um, networking with the world. Like I've done readings for people all over the world. So don't ever seem like it's not attainable or you have to jump through all these hoops to get there. Like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, all you gotta know is that you can do it, right? If you don't believe in it, it can't happen. That's first and foremost. So, just to kind of recap on the topics that we went over and the tools that we're using to get us some money that we can use, right? If you know how to use them correctly. A mailing list, specifically, like I said, I use MailChimp, a website, which is Wix. Selling digital products, you can upload them on Gumroad and integrate them. deadline funnel, which is another integration into your emails um, and your website. Social media platforms, specifically Instagram and Facebook. You can make a lot of money between those two sites. If you favor one of the over the other, it doesn't matter. You can make money. I've made money off of both, but Instagram is riding with me for real. About 90% of my money comes from Instagram. I love it. I love y'all Instagram. Shop sites, I don't know. I tried Etsy out. I don't like Etsy. I didn't. It talked about paying for a certain each product or something. I don't know. I don't like Etsy. I don't like Shopify. Um, I don't know why other people like those websites. Um, I just don't vibe with them. They're just not easy for me. Um, Wix is a little bit more easier for me. I'm getting tired. I'm old, y'all. Yeah, so I don't know. I never used any other shop. It's either been PayPal buttons or Wix. So if you have a hard time doing the shop, you can actually use the coding box, and you can put the PayPal button on the website for what the product is. You don't even have to use the shop. So there's ways to get around if you don't know how, or you need to kind of get lessons in learning how to create a shop. So, and like I said, if you search for things on Wix, it'll pretty much help you learn how to set things up. I'm getting so tired. I'm so old. I talked about DMs and Messenger and how you can make mad money in your DMs. And if you're turning people away, like I did when my DMs was popping, I lost money because I kept telling everybody to stop DMing me because I was trying to be like those other Instagram esoteric spiritual people that had mad followers, and for some reason in their bio they had like, no, don't DM me. So I followed the crowd and I lost a lot of my connection with people, pushing people away to go pay me other places when they just wanted to work with me on DM and Messenger. Like I've done readings in my DM, so it go down in the DMs for real. I hear people say that, but I didn't even realize how I had it popping. You know what I mean? Like I do, and now they have video reading. They didn't even have that when I started. There was no video readings. It was just straight typing. I'm sending pictures, typing fucking tarot readings. So DM and Messenger is very important if you know how to set up auto reply. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. If you know how to set up auto reply, you can communicate and answer some generalized questions in your DM and your Messenger, right? Then I talked about PayPal buttons, invoicing, PayPal me subscriptions. Those PayPal buttons, invoicing, PayPal me subscriptions. Those four things are very important. Like I said, you don't even need a website. Instagram, they about to kick me off of Instagram, so I'm about to end it and come back. Hold on. They about to kick me off. So what was I talking about? Yeah. So again, PayPal invoicing, PayPal me, subscriptions, and PayPal buttons can make you mad money. You don't need a website. If you have a mailing list, all you need is a mailing list. You can invoice people without a website. You can invoice and send it to their email. You can create an invoice and send the link to their DM or their messenger or anywhere. So to their text message, to their actual phone. So PayPal is extremely important for the small business owner, entrepreneur, um, especially if you don't have a website at this time, right? Cash App, Venmo, Google Pay, Apple Pay, any type of pay, any way to pay. Set it up, right? Always have different sources. You got Stripe. You got what do I have? Stripe don't mess with me. Yeah, Stripe does mess with me. Square. I think Square doesn't do like occult stuff, or at least they kicked me off. When I applied for Square, they told me that they couldn't accept payments from somebody who has like an occult shop or some weird shit. But if you're not doing it, if you don't have an occult store, then Square. Not only with PayPal, yeah, girl, they sure did. I set it up and everything, and they shut it down. It was like, yeah, I sent you. You just made, basically told me that I received payment for some occult stuff, and they couldn't do that, so they cut my profile off or whatever. And so back to PayPal, they'll give you the little swipey thing where you can swipe the card and put it in your phone. They'll give that to you for free. And then you can add a payment manually. You can do that on your website on Wix, or you can do that on PayPal if you just want to track if you have cash. So yeah, and like I said, any way to pay, Venmo, Cash App, Google Pay, Apple Pay, set up any and every way for people to give you money. It's going to come in handy. You never know who's going to need what, right? Patreon account. Oh, also donations. PayPal button. You can make a PayPal button, right? It says donate. So you can utilize that for when you do readings, or if you just want somebody to donate because they love you, right? And you can also do that with Patreon. You can set up donation tier, and then you can set up levels of tiers for whatever service you want to provide. And people would pay that on a monthly basis, and then you're generating monthly income. Like I was saying, try to get people to do subscriptions to things that you offer. If you offer physical products, hey, like for instance, one of my packages is toothpaste, deodorant, soap, for a discounted offer. All of those things combined plus shipping, and then I discount it off. They get that shipped on a monthly basis. So that's one package. And then I create custom packages for clients. I just created one tonight where a customer wants a different thing each month. So I'm gonna send her a random, whatever size, but it's just gonna be a random scent or whatever each month. So subscriptions are the way to go. It's guaranteed money. You have it. You know when it's canceled, they'll notify you. Don't cry. It's business, not personal. Don't get upset if somebody doesn't want your subscription anymore. Maybe they found something else. Maybe they just outgrown it, but don't worry about it. It's okay. Yo, when somebody unsubscribed to my whatever I was offering for the first time, my little heart was crushed. I was so crushed. I was like, oh, they don't love me anymore. It's business. It's just they don't want the service anymore. If you're good, you can understand why, and maybe they want something else. Maybe just like this client, she doesn't want something the same thing every month. She wants something different, right? So you just got to learn your clients and your customers, right? So Patreon is good. YouTube is good for several reasons that I talked about. You can do donation-based readings. You can integrate PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all those other payment forms to get money for donation based on YouTube. You can use YouTube for workshops. You can put them in your mailing list. You can make them the links unlisted so that maybe your customers and your clients, like I do Patreon readings, I put the videos on YouTube, I give them the link. It's unlisted, so only they have it. When they no longer are subscribing to my service, then I make the link private. They never see the reading again, right? So also reviews. If you can get verified on any type of platform, ask for reviews on the verified platform. Like I have Google and verified there, so I ask people to go to Google to write me a review and to rate me, right? You can do it on your website. You can screenshot reviews. You can have people make videos. Those would be great. I'm gonna start asking people, can they make a video review for me? I haven't had one quite well. I'm not gonna say, maybe like a unofficial video review, I would say. When people promote my products and stuff like that. So free marketing, advertising. So, but reviews, if they're authentic, yes, you can get friends and family who actually use your product. Oh yeah, girl, I love you forever. If you do, I love you anyway. But if you make me a video review, oh my God, that would make my day so much. So yeah, friends and family can make reviews as long as they're authentic. as long as they're utilizing the products and the services and they're not just doing it because you asked them to. Like, actually provide them the service. What better way to get practice? Everybody in your family, your friends, they're all test dummies, right? You should be testing out everything that you do on friends and family, right? That's what they're for. So yeah, if they like it, let them give an honest review. If they don't like it, let them give an honest review. Word of mouth, word of mouth. On YouTube, you can get people to like, share, and subscribe, and do call to actions. As telling people what you would like them to do. They're called call to action, CTA. Click the link in the bio. Click this to learn more. Text this to do this. Subscribe, like, share, comment. So tell people what you want them to do. I can't work Snapchat for the world of me, but Snapchat is good for people that know how to utilize it. I've tried Snapchat. It's just too, I don't know. I just don't have the thing right. And so the swipe up to do such and such, those are call to actions and they're very important. If you're utilizing stories, when you post things, tell people to do something every time you post. I don't care what it's about. Always tell people to do something. Do your little content, whatever, and then at the bottom of it, hey, click link in the bio to shop. Don't forget to do this. If you want to learn more, do this, do that. Swipe here, do that. Say this, right? And your stories. I think you get the 10K, you get the web link, but I think you get to make web videos, make the Instagram. I'm talking about Instagram, y'all. I just started randomly talking about something. So make the Instagram video. You can link that to your story if you don't have 10K followers, right? If you have 10K, you can do a web link and you can do a web video. So I'm always doing the link. So put the link on there. Now, this stuff is time consuming. Nothing that I'm telling you, and depending on how big your following is, depending on how many times you're gonna post throughout the day. I try to post at least 3, 4, maybe 5 times throughout the day. I should be posting more. These algorithms are really pushing the hell out of people. If you don't post frequently with random stuff, not reposting the same things, because anything can be spam now. The algorithms are just wilding out on Instagram. So, yeah, so you can just link stuff, call to action, call to action, call to action, right? So this pretty much concludes this web workshop, little course. And again, it was about business tools that I utilize that can help you make money. And I'm talking about make money right away if you know how to utilize these tools correctly. Even if you don't want to use any of these tools right now, like I said, Deadline Funnel was not a tool that I would look into if you're not generating some type of monthly income to pay for the subscription, because it's only a 2-week subscription. And that is a very important tool. Like I said, that generated me $5,000 in 5 days, like last week maybe, or 2 weeks ago. So feel free to text me if you have any questions, 302-650-9317. This will be up for a little bit. I'm going to let it stay up, but of course, I got to make it go away because I'm going to do some other things with it. But nonetheless, for those of you that were here watching it, it was meant, because I did give out the notification so people knew. Again, these are the times that I can go live sometimes because I do have a full-time job and I'm in school. 2 classes left. They're letting me graduate with 1 class left. So I'm at the wire with my master's degree, y'all. So I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm still trying to get things out there for y'all. I'm still trying to grow my business. So I got a lot of stuff going on and I'm still trying to make time to be accessible. So it's hard. It's not easy at all, but this is the path that I chose. Right? I'm so cheesy. So yeah, so thank you guys for listening as always, and I hope that you benefit from this information. And I hope at some point, if you choose to utilize any of these tools and resources that I talked to because of me, please let me know. Let me know that I've inspired you, right? I would be so humbled and just happy to know that I'm actually helping people out here and really changing the game, because that's what I want to do. I want to help with your paradigm shift, right? I just be out here talking about it. Like, I really want to help and see you shift, right? All right. All right. So I'll talk to you later, Instagram. And then YouTube land, I will talk to you later. Have a good night.